Alright, first off, just got to say thank you to the 51 followers I currently have on the page. Much love. I currently have more followers on my HOTBOX page than I do on my actual Twitter. Very peak. Anyway, let's get to the review.
We got a box. We got a box! Where's the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Today in the box we have Damn, Kendrick's latest album since his polarizing project To Pimp a Butterfly. Now, I really did enjoy that. I thought it was very soulful and I could definitely connect to it being a black man. As far as Damn, I really did like it. I thought there were a lot of strong tracks, a lot of different things I didn't like about it, but I guess we'll get to that. As far as it being a follow-up to Pimp a Butterfly, I could definitely see that Kendrick's tried to not push as much of a message in this tape. There were definitely a lot of messages and a lot of concepts thrown around in Damn, but it wasn't anything in terms of pushing a message down the audience's throat. This project saw Kendrick more questioning a lot of big concepts within the world. If you look at the titles of most of the tracks, they're all caps, big concepts such as God, fear, love, lust. Now, I don't think there was ever really meant to be an answer to any of these concepts. It was more just to see how Kendrick kind of interprets these concepts and how he's experienced these concepts. Now, this is a very vulnerable album, probably the most vulnerable album we've had from Kendrick ever. I feel like he's a little bit depressed in this album. He's constantly questioning his faith, if all of the material things around him is making him move away from God. And you see this even in the titles. He has titles such as Love or Lust, God and Fear, Blood and DNA right next to each other. They contradict each other perfectly. It's like he's trying to paint a picture of two sides of himself, his earthly self and his godly self. We even see a direct parallel in the opening of the album. The first lines we hear are, is it wickedness or is it weakness? And I feel like the whole album was set up in this way, putting all of these concepts next to each other to show Kendrick's mind state of constantly questioning one side of something from the other. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad mindset to have. Kendrick is always questioning himself in this way to not let himself stagnate. He's always being called the GOAT by a bunch of different people. He's questioning that just so that he can continue to grow and not let himself think that he's the best so he doesn't have to change. Even with the track XXX, we see this directly parallels his last album To Pimp a Butterfly. He has a line in there. He says, "Ain't no black power when your baby gets killed by a coward." The whole message of this song is basically that sometimes you can't help it but act out if your family is attacked or something does happen to you. So he is for peace, but again, he's questioning himself. He's questioning the moral standpoints that he takes. Now, some of the best tracks on this album for me have to be Yeah. I really like that. Very soulful, stayed quite consistent in its beat pattern, which I really did appreciate. I could definitely get down to it. It definitely had a lot of replay value. I really liked Element, had some great bars on there, very catchy. I mean, bruv, if I gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, I'ma make it look sexy. Don't tell me that isn't a classic bar. I'm gonna be using that line for a good while. A lot of great melodies on that as well. Really like Loyalty. I've been looking at a few reviews and other people say that it's a little bit mainstream, but I appreciated it, and I appreciated the Rihanna feature as well. Didn't feel like it added anything too massive for me, but I did like it. I really liked the Zachary's feature on Love. I felt like Love was a really good track. I feel like Kendrick really conquered making a love song as a tough rapper without making it sound too wet. I really liked DNA, that went hard, a lot of great bars. A song that I didn't really like was God. Felt like I really wasn't ever gonna play that again. I've listened to the album about 4 times over now, even listened to it backwards, and that is just a song that I want to skip. It's just one of those songs that you can't really replay. As far as what I wanted from the album, call me ignorant, but I feel like more features would have been a little bit more fun for me. I feel like some of Kendrick's best work from To Pimp a Butterfly to now have been some of the features that he's been involved with, such as Goosebumps with Travis Scott, and also the feature with Zachary and Isaiah Rashad on Isaiah Rashad's album. I forget the name of the song, but that song went hard too. Overall, I really enjoyed the album. We'll probably rate it at a strong 8. I think it's a really good artistic album and definitely let me into the mindset of Kendrick at the moment. As for enjoyment, I definitely fuck with a lot of different tracks on the album, but overall, I have to say that the album kind of depressed me, especially after listening to it 4 times. I do appreciate how vulnerable the album is. But in terms of enjoyment, I just don't see myself replaying this album over and over again for the next month. But as we all know, Kendrick is the GOAT, so I will be patiently waiting for anything that he releases next. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I will be trying to do a review sometime later on this week, possibly next week. Now I'm thinking I'm going to do AJ Tracy just to keep it as fair as I can, because obviously this is a grind and hip hop channel. But if you do have any recommendations, please don't be afraid to reply to this tweet. Let me know. This is a discussion, this is a forum, so I appreciate any recommendations. I've been D, and this has been the Hot